Alright. Everything working. Uh... Why is this not working? Sorry. There we go. That's working. Good. That's working, that's working, that's working. Alright. So, getting back to it. Left off in Commorragh. The pit. So last stream ended up in a trap set by Yerlet and Drakari to try to get information. Yerlet was desperate for something and she kind of reacted without thinking. So Yerlet, oh, there's Yerlet. Disappeared last time. Purple Blade. Can I climb this? Nope. Yeah, so ended up in Commorragh. Party got split up. Met with this guy named Malice. He patched me up, but he was a jerk, so I teamed up with this guy called the Commissar. Turns out he's a liar. So he's also a jerk. Mostly just been running around trying to recover from issues and whatnot. Now I'm trying to figure out how to kill the Commissar without causing everyone to panic and cause issues, so... See if the companions have anything to say about it. Jay, you got anything?
Let's see. Your lordship, rogue trader, Shireen, bane of my existence and savior of my flesh. Cruel fate has driven us straight into the foulest corner of the galaxy. Home sweet home to the Drukhari scum. I have it on good authority that no one leaves this place. Not alive, not dead, not even in pieces.
Still waiting for an explanation, Jay. I was right, because she was having her issues or something.
So what do you want to hear, Shireen? A children's tale about a beautiful princess? A ballad about a queen of thieves? How about a new story, Shireen? Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived on a sand-covered lump of rock, and the core of that rock contained untold riches for servants of the Imperium. The girl scraped out those riches with her little hands, breaking her back and coughing up her lungs, on behalf of people who had never clapped eyes upon her, and who would never know her name. She did this every day until she turned 16, and then his servants came and drafted the girl into the 19th Ifrit Regiment. Can you imagine? Of course, the regiment was wiped out on its first sortie, but the girl survived. The Exalted One protects. So what was next? Years serving in the Astra Militarum, just a shitload of hard labor, and fighting, and deals, and shady connections, and new opportunities. But everything in this world ends sooner or later, Shireen. The now not-so-little girl went and fell in with the Kasbalika. She saved up a little gold, and she even indulged in excess from time to time. Until living the good life almost cost the little girl her head after her patrons got caught in an internal investigation between the Officio Prefectus and Departamento Munitorum.
Wow, are involved in a lot.
So the girl ran as fast as her little legs could carry her, until her eyes and the beams of fortune brought her to the expanse. A shitty story, all things considered, Shireen.
So you used to be in the Imperial Guard.
Corporal Haidari reporting for duty, sir. I've had enough of the Astra Militarum shit to last a lifetime, Shireen. And my body's collected enough souvenirs from run-ins with Xenos and heretics to last 2 lifetimes. Except, when it comes to the Guard, there's no such thing as used to be. That wretched life sank its claws into me good. But that also means I remember what it's like to be a small, shaking, insignificant pawn. And that's why I appreciate what I have now all the more.
How'd you get involved with Casbelica?
What? You think it's difficult? Once me and my fellow guardsmen snuck into the upper city in search of a good watering hole, where the high and mighty of that world congregated. Another time, our regiment was sent to defend the tallest spires on a hive world. And I had an epiphany. I saw how the other half lives. And by half, I mean the ones born with a diamond spoon in their mouth, instead of an entrenching shovel rammed up their arse. My eyes were open to the truth, Shireen. The Imperium is full of opportunities, even for people like myself. The trick is knowing whose palms to grease, whose boots to lick, whose throat to squeeze, and whose arses to kick. I was very popular with everyone in the Guard Command, you see. I'd procure things for them, whatever they wanted. And so the Kasbalika took notice.
Third deserter as well?
You know, Shireen, I could still be bouncing around from one world to another, holed up on tired old ships with only venal grunts for company, if I hadn't decided I wanted more for my life. I accepted a shipment from the Kasbalika of certain chemicals. You know, for carnal pleasures and the like. Some bigwig was throwing a party to celebrate his 5th decade in the service. And that's when I caught the attention of the newly arrived commissar. I was rummaging through the pockets of Astra Militarum with one hand and shuffling the Kasbalican cargo with the other. You can imagine what would have happened to my head had the commissar not started with my higher-ranked patrons.
Explains lung implant, but what about the hand?
It was orcs. Not everything I say is a lie, Shireen.
See.
Whoop the Never mind.
About your new persona.
Don't give me that look, Shireen. The plotting nobles, the scheming footfall thugs, the mysteries of Xeno artifacts, the bowing and scraping before the self-indulgent ecclesiarchy. All that's gone. Everything beyond these walls melted away like a dream. I'm fighting for my life. My soul's being torn to shreds and my body's bleeding. Is it too much to ask to want to be myself, Shireen?
Behave however you wish. I shall not impose my will upon you.
Oh, well, thanks, I suppose. But can I be the person I really want to be some other time, Shireen? But while we're stuck on Commorragh, being a soldier just sits better with me. Can't imagine why.
Have any ideas about how we can get out of here?
That's a negative, Shireen. Hatching clever plans has been the last thing on my mind recently, you see? But on the bright side, while that Ashmag homunculus, may the Arshi devour that black-souled bag of bones, was busy experimenting on me, I managed to nick a couple of trinkets from his laboratory. Here, they may come in useful, if not for escaping, then at least for surviving in this rotten hole.
Fire grenades, even spell grenades, intoxicating elixir. God dang. Alright, remain vigilant. I also need your help yet.
Sir, yes, sir. Your lordship, Shireen. I'll be here, all primed and ready to go.
Turn the smell of the still silence that's shackled them for years. It's finally been broken. Alright. Learn more about Jay. Argenta.
Rogue trader. Being reunited with the Emperor's Chosen is a balm to my soul.
Managed to learn anything about this place?
I have made no attempt to do so. What need do I have to know of the depravity of the enemies of humanity, when all I want is to burn it all in pure, raging flame? I already know all I need to. This place is evil, but there are servants of the Emperor here worthy of salvation.
We need to find a way out of here.
We do. And I swear to fight for that end, and not to lose hope, even when deceit, corruption, and treachery surround us on all sides.
Alright.
May Terra's light be with you, Rogue Trader.
Ablar, do you got anything?
Lord Captain, I serve at your pleasure.
How are you feeling?
I fear, Lord Captain, that without the intervention of an experienced rejuvenate adept, I will not be able to overcome this frailty on my own. Blessed throne, it is hard to be a helpless old man. I always hoped I would die, long before the day my back and hands gave out. And look at me now.
You haven't seen your departed wife again.
Not once, Lord Captain. I am of sound mind and memory, and I live to serve House von Valencius.
That's not good to hear. Any thoughts on how we might get out of here?
I am sorry to say I do not. If we had our ship and crew at our disposal, we could be safely within its walls, conduct reconnaissance of this place, and in the end, meet our deaths in battle against the Xenos, as befits true servants of the God Emperor. However, we are deprived of our usual resources. Now we can only rely on our weapons and our wits.
Do you know anything about this place?
No, Lord Captain. And trust me, I hope to remain in this state of blissful ignorance until my dying day. Just knowing that this abyss exists at all is enough to poison my mind.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is possible. The Xenos, Erliot, could tell you something about this place. After all, she is in some way related to its denizens, and she is responsible for the fact that we are here at all.
Ablar falls silent, but his eyes make it clear what he thinks the Eldari's return to the ranks of your companions. I must take my leave. Someone rose and closed his eyes, both out of desire to sleep and desire not to see his surroundings even for a short time. Please, strong master, I'm not stealing back, I'm just... Stimulant. So this may have been Graves' main, but his gaze remains proud, piercing and malicious. That's true. Traitors, maggot. Miller makes a pulsating gesture and lowers his voice. Yes, you got me. I'm Traitors maggot. Just keep down, will you? Why do you send people to the arena? So it's drugs. It's trying to be useful. Witch cult, the Fatal Thirst, enjoys this little show I put on. Killings don't amuse them all that much. They want something more, flavorful. These people think they're just a step away from salvation, and then they realize where they are. A combination of despair, pain and betrayal, horror and broken hopes. Add spice to their death agonies. So I provide that spice to the witches. And they give me equipment, food, and protection. Guess that means my work is appreciated. How'd you manage to work out a deal with the witches? Having to find myself in the arena, and I did whatever I could to survive. Which entertained the audiences quite a bit. One of the witches, Tessara, took notice of me. She found me and said that I could serve them either with my brains and charisma or with my blood and guts. Except Zara seems to have forgotten all about me. Yeah, that seems like an issue. Would Malice have dared to make a move if she hadn't? She must have grown bored sooner or later. They'd become bored of everything. Try to invest, win back her favor. I already have a few ideas for a new little stage play. Zara is dead. I killed her. Damn it, I'll miss her patronage. Saying can't be said of her high-handed manner and her habit of using sharp objects to bring fun to any conversation. I'll just have to win over a new patroness. Commissar smiles nonchalantly. Are you even a real commissar? Laughs, looking pleasured. Of course not. I can tell you from experience that they beat all the brains and imaginations out of commissars during trading. I was a nobody from Penal Legion, the Astral Militarum. I did beat a commissar to death with a spade and take his uniform. Does that mean something of a commissar in your eyes? What did Miles do to cross you? I want the truth. Robbed me of what was mine. When that skilled freak realized I'd been left without a patron, he brought his gang to my den, this den, and took it away. My arena portal with it. Then he went on grazing on my pastures and snatching new arrivals who were supposed to be mine. What do you intend to do now? I'll keep supplying meat for the arena. Without Malice around, all human captives will be mine to collect. I'll have plenty of material to delight our gracious host with. Maybe I have a problem. I survived. Is that a problem? You're not going to, I don't know, kill me, are you? That'd be most unwise. Malice used to be the one who could get you things to survive. Now I've taken over. Kill me, who will supply you with good weapons, stimulants, armor. How about a deal? You take part in my show, and I give you access to the stores of the Resistance. Keep your mouth shut and your finger off the trigger. Hear me, people. This liar serves the Xenos. You have been deceived. 2 arms. I'm sorry. You really shouldn't have. I can shout things too, you see. Wonder who they'll listen to. Brothers and sisters in arms, we've been betrayed. To battle. Let's spill the blood of he who obeys the unhallowed whims of Xenos. The Emperor. However, the soldiers seem hesitant to comply. They glance back and forth, distinctly between the Commissar and the known hero of the Imperium has challenged him. Word of your great deeds past has traveled the entire Corona's expanse and far beyond. Listen to me, the Commissar is a liar, and a traitor has sent many people to their deaths to save his own hide and stay in the Xenos' good graces. Seize him. The soldiers swarmed the screaming Commissar, burying him under a pile of bodies, out of which blood-stained fists and gun stocks emerge, or sinking back in again. Commissar's cap, torn from its owner's head, flies out of the crowd and lands at your feet. The only confirmation that his reign of treachery is over. Well, ain't that an oof? I'm gonna give that to Cassia when I see her again. Yeah, who are they gonna believe? It's like, do you know who I am? Abelard. Salazar repeatedly clutches his throat, racked by a bloody, gurgling cough.
Lord Captain.
As it is pratic, when the holy flame cleanses the dark place in which you find yourselves.
May terror's light be with
Atreus, he had the nerve to pose as Commissar, that rat bag. Commissar's arsenal. A bolter, an elite chainsword, Commissar flak breastplate. Ooh. Plus bonus to weapon skill and ballistic skill, plus 10% dodge of the wearer's intelligence is more than 65. Nice. And that's light armor too, that works for me. Efficient armored body glove. Battle plan. When wearer uses press the advantage, they and their allies increase their resolve by +2 for 2 rounds. Luck thickener. Each time the wearer uses a minor psychic power, all allies affected by this power gain +1 stack of the thick luck effect. Thick luck allows these affected to reroll of an failed attack, dodge, or parry test, and is then removed. Seal the Purifier. Every time when more than 2 targets are damaged by the wielder's area attack, the wielder gains +4 momentum. Triggering a psychic phenomena, the wearer immediately restores 6 wounds and gains that much MP. Triggering Perils of the Warp, the wearer immediately gains +1 AP. If only one of the wearer's combat tactic areas is actual combat, the wearer gains +20 intelligence and fellowship. It's a pretty hefty arsenal. Ooh, a flamer. Greetings! Stardy's chainsword. Holy crap, that's a Space Marine sword. Earthling or whatever they say in Warhammer. Usually just some derogatory form of Xenos. Combat shotgun. Serrated Glimmersteel blade. Yeah, the Commissar who betrayed me, well, the person impersonating the Commissar who betrayed me last stream, I challenged him to combat, and turns out that the people in this place actually know who my character is, and respect that. And so when I called out the Commissar as a filthy Xenos worshipper, they kicked his crap in for me. Now I get his stuff. So in the word dodges a melee attack, they gain that much critical hit chance till the end of their next turn. And they perform a single shot range attack from any cover. This attack gains that much armor penetration. So I just got a ton of new gear. Yurlet actually has some armor now. I have some armor now. Oh no, they were also human. So basically what was going on here is this is Commorragh, the main Drukhari city. Though supposedly it's like the size of a solar system, so it's a little big. But the Drukhari literally feast upon the agony of others. Like their souls are like tainted and being constantly drained by Slanesh. And so to refill that gap in their soul, they basically have to monitor the suffering of others. So what they'll do is they'll go out and like capture slaves and stuff like that, bring them back to here, and basically make them just suffer for entertainment purposes. And so this commissar dude right here was pretending to be a military commissar, which is like the leaders and stuff, and was sending people through a portal to an arena. The people who go through the portal think they're about to escape this place. In reality, they end up in an arena where they fight to the death for the enjoyment of the Drukhari. So I just called him out and got his crap, and all these people who kicked his crap in, because they're humans who don't want to be here and want to leave, and he's tricking them into fighting for the Drukhari. Also, there's a lot of blood on the floor here. Yep. Elite chainsword. Yeah, I'll take that. And this is a Space Marine chainsword, which is looks pretty hefty for that damage value. Fortunately, I'm not a Space Marine, so I can't use it. Alright, anything you do for your let? Equipment wise, I don't think so. Give that to Argenta. No, I'll give Argenta the hat as well. For now. Oh wait, no, actually no, Jay can make use of the hat. Here, Jay, have a hat. That doesn't do anything for any people, it doesn't do anything for any people. Actually, that would help you. You can have that. Five plus agility bonus. I'll give that to Argenta. And none of the rest applies. Got a couple skin patches. I can give those to Ablard, and he can use those to clear up some of these issues. Alright, so I think I'm done here. As particularly if one of us here welcomes you. Survey the den. The resistance fighters are looking at you with a mixture of fear and deep respect. Dealt with the false commissary Iako Sutne, who sent many a desperate victim to a trapped and chained Xenos masters. They do not have the guts to break the silence and speak to you. There is something you must know. The man who called himself the Commissar was a traitor and an accomplice of the Xenos. His promises of escape were nothing but lies. A shocked murmur runs through the ranks. One fighter sobs, his face twists in grief. Another whispers a string of curses, his fist is clenched. When the words, a woman with a stern face and in grim voices firmly. There is no hope. We are doomed to remain captives of the Xenos, but clean death is a better fate by far. May we beg your lordship to grant us the Emperor's peace? Troy, I regret you the Emperor's peace. Oh my god. One day we shall all die for him, not as cowards, but as heroes, my comrades. Be strong in your faith and prepare to fight. Crowd erupts in emboldened shouts. Those who are ready to accept death with humble resignation a moment ago now look up with brightened expressions, gripping their weapons and roaring battle cries in the face of a grim fate. Commissar is no longer in charge of his unit. Any objections? No, none, your lordship. Turn to the Commissar. Do you wish to repent, traitor? Commissar, whose proud features are utterly ruined, says in a gurgling voice, enjoy your little victory while you can. Commorragh will rip your head off quicker than it did mine. Then we'll see who'll be sitting in whose cage. See, you do not feel any remorse for your vile misdeeds. Not yet. Well, you have plenty of time. Commissar shoots you a venomous glance. Spouse, should have shown greater hospitality when I first came to you. His entire body is covered in grisly wounds. One of his arms has been nearly torn off and is now hanging by a sinew. Human would have long since died. But Malice does not even look like he is on his last legs. Laugh away, humanly. You won. Betray the ones who aid you. Life will inspire. You did save my life. I'm letting you go. Malice stares at you with suspicion and says cautiously, do not think that I will forget or forgive. Reeling, the slith slithers away while looking straight at you without blinking. Get an expectation of sudden strike or to avoid making eye contact with anyone else. Commanding gesture. Do not wish to be disturbed. Alright, well, heading back out. Don't know what type of effects will come from releasing Malice. But that is a good point. He did actually save my character's life. Life. So while he was a jerk and deserved what he got, he did receive what he got. Yep. Alright, well, onwards to the next place. Oh wait, first, Abelard. Let's patch people up. No offense to Argenta, but she doesn't really use those stats. So, she's fine for now. Alright, so, let's go past Rack and, into the Homunculus's Den. The anatomical opera. Supposedly Adira's somewhere in here, too, so... hopefully I can find her. That'll be the team gathered back together. Oof. I tripped. Death throes. As the body intensifies.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Lamps emit rays that hound your pupils, burning and biting them like angry snakes made of light. Oh, cool. I'm suffering hallucinations as well. Through the bars of the grates you are walking on, you see a bottomless abyss that beckons you to jump in and promises an embrace softer than any feather bed in the world. Yeah, this happened to last session stream, but I got a mind worm shoved in my head to cause issues, and apparently when the mind worm doesn't live very long, but once it dies, things go very wrong. Both steps are trying to buck you off to make you lose your footing and break your neck. So I am currently having a moment. The curtain shoves you away and surprisingly strong for a lifeless piece of fabric. Man, is the archmech Mort. Hello there. The homunculus. Dervantis the Arch-Machinator. Creature in front of you is a patchwork of skins stuffed with darkness, corruption, and sharp objects, staring at you with its scalpel eyes. It grumpily remarks. Such a disobedient specimen. You're still not dead? An anomaly. Its foul, corrupt thoughts reach out to you, groping at your face. Honestly, I need help. I see you will soon become a very obedient specimen. Convulsive spasms, hysterical reactions, come here. Creature pokes you in the chest, its triangular fingernail easily penetrating your skin. Strange sound throbs at the edge of your awareness. It sounds similar to your own scream. Grotesque spider-like figure looms over you. Its limbs wave frantically, chittering and clicking as they rip something apart and stitch it back together, and you realize its canvas is your flesh. Xenos' gaze is indifferent, and his low voice echoes through the room. The sample has been extracted. The specimen is alive. Body and mind expected to function within normal parameters. Okay. Examine the Xenos. There's something fundamentally wrong with the Xenos silhouette and its twitchy, abrupt movements, and it sets your mind reeling in disgust. Its mechanical tool appendages seems designed to be as sickening and horrifying as possible. What happened to me? Control worm, your nervous system detected my proximity. The signal is dying by injecting a lethal dose of hallucinogenic euphoriants into your bloodstream. A resourceful individual. Thing in my head is your pet? Drakari holds up the pale maggot, the same one you saw in Razahai's hands, as you watch the tool appendages perform a swift dissection. Like its flesh bursts under the scalpel-like claw and blossoms into a disgusting slimy flower. Xenos' slow manner of speaking creates an unnerving dissonance with the frantic movement of his limbs. I grew this specimen specifically for you, Monkey. During your interrogation, it intoxicated your feeble senses to limit unnecessary resistance. What a curious experiment it was. I usually extract control worms from specimens posthumously. Possess some degree of bodily fortitude. Did a poor job training your pet if I was able to shake off its influence. With a gurgling sound, the Xenos slowly yet steadily moves a sharp finger to your eye, closer and closer, almost touching, and stops with a sigh. Not now. Perhaps later. Do you eviscerate everything you lay your hands on? Evisceration is one aspect of my most respected art. Scalpel fingers scrape together with a hushed metallic screech. The heart's nothing compared to the will of a servant of the Emperor. Xenos lets out another nasty chuckle. Very well, specimen. When you're no longer useful, I'll perform another test on you and prove it not so. Are you Travantis? You're absolutely correct, specimen. I'm Travantis, the Arch-Machinator, a homunculus and the conductor of this place that staggers the imagination and soul. My anatomical opera. Sigh. So what do I owe you now? You'll serve me, such as life in the spires. The Arabian urged me to pay attention to your allegedly extremely gifted self, specimen. Let's see if you make a good tool. Same as you, little moth. Xena points a mangled limb towards Yurlet. Unless, of course, the darkness of Commorragh burns you as fast as the others. Yurlet flinches. What does this mean, homunculus? Who knows, Astronic? Who knows? Xenos makes a chuckling sound. What exactly does Arabian tell you about me? Xenos lets out a strange sound that almost resembles a scoff. This information should not burden your undeveloped mind. The Aberranian told me enough to give you the chance to enter my anatomical opera. That's all you need to know. You and Drakari would do business with a human. Are remarkably open-minded. Do business? The homunculus looks puzzled. I will do no business with you. I will use you. Survived a battle in the arena, which means you have uncommon parameters for your kinds. You're a lesser organism, true, but the towering heights of my wisdom make it difficult to distinguish between your inferiority and the inferiority of most of my kin. What do you want from me? You will return to the arena of the fatal thirst. You will kill a few of the witch's fosterlings for me. You might even spill the blood of one of the blood-stained proselytes. Mongols looks past you as he delivers his imperious speech. They are long overdue a small lesson in humility. They have forgotten their place. They lack respect. They do not appreciate my work. They fail to recognize my authority. Still staring into the distance, he continues to lift his grievances with maniacal thoroughness. Mongols makes a snapping sound. Here comes Aves and his fosterlings. The leader of the bloodstained proselytes has paid a visit to the anatomical opera. Take this opportunity to study them properly. They won't dare touch you here. What will I get out of this? Or will it course me as you do everyone else? Carzon will be more than enough. Disobey, I'll turn you into material for my creations, and ensure that you feel and are aware of every manipulation performed on your flesh. If you do what I tell you to do, I'll let you live for a while longer. Cooperation will increase your odds of survival. As long as you continue to be of use, I'll maintain your organic parts, and perhaps even let you play with some of my less significant samples. Do not serve enemies with Panty. I never turn down this opportunity to kill a few Xenos. Response is acceptable. Behave like a good specimen, okay? You may eventually receive my help in escaping Commorragh. Jay coughs violently. Help? From you? You think anyone will believe that after your foul experiments? Jay touches the scar on her neck and coughs again. Flashmaster is mad enough to help us escape in favor of his own unholy designs. Price I don't talk. It will be unfair and terrible. Obedience will be rewarded. Take your crude gear with you. I abhor such technological banality. But a creature as undeveloped as you may find it of use. Here one of the joints in Travanta's arms click. Once you are finished with this, go and look at the ones who will be your executioners when the time comes for you to die. Oh, it's literally all of my crap. It also means I have to go through all of this and figure out what I'm keeping, what I'm getting rid of. Alright, so you're primitus of your technologies. Go, specimen, and deliver Travanta's message of blood to the arena witches. Mark the justice imperiously at the exit. I would like to speak with you about a member of my retinue who was delivered to you. Specimen in particular interests you. I want Adira back in my retinue. Ah, the volunteer specimen. I equipped her with an experimental device to isolate her mind from the veil. Specimen informs menial tasks around the laboratory and serves as a willing source of essences. She is allowed to choose her own torment, be it fracturing her bones with vibro waves, placing herself inside a capsule of extreme heat, implanting an electro scab under her skin, or shutting off the size stifler. Not once has the specimen chosen this last option. Estimate the irreversible collapse of the cardiovascular system will occur in 7 or more cycles of consciousness. Curious that altogether a predictable reaction to implanting the size stifler. I perform more detailed analysis of the organic damage of the specimen's dissection. Those from my retinue deserve better than be confined by you. Relinquish them. He gives you a look. Why would I, specimen? With full escort, I would have better chance of succeeding in contributing to your plans. And find yourself other fighters. Chasm has enough prisoners, mercenaries, and gladiators. Specimens are not yours to waste. I'll find a way to free them, no matter what you do or say. As they have exhausted their utility, I will let you take the scraps. Learned all at one. Not waste my time, specimen. Let's take my leave. Hold a moment. Off on your merry way, are you? Good for you. But what about me? Am I, how's the damned problem? Jay points at the scar in her throat. For your aid, homunculus. When this action is about, forget yourself, specimen. Go and serve my will. And should I ever decide to show you favor, I'll do so at the time I choose you. My success benefits you. It is reasonable for you to help me. Homunculus waves you off with an irritation. You're unable to make yourself useful. I'd rather wait for you to die and find myself a better tool. Be worthy of my attention, not a drain on it. See, it appears that you are of no use to me whatsoever. Homunculus does not react to your impudent remark, or miraculously, he doesn't seem to be listening at all. Let's take my leave. It's away from you. Oh look, Adira. Hi. Adira Telez is staring at you as if she has seen a ghost. There's a strange, eerie-looking device on her head, a tangle of myriad thin, translucent threads coiled in elaborate, sickening patterns on her temple. Many of those threads penetrate the skin on her face, neck, and clavicles. Lord Captain, you're alive? I am. It's good to see that you live as well. Oh yes, I live, Adira giggles. I've never felt so alive. The longer you look at Adira, the more strange details you notice by her appearance. The odd, earthy tone of her face. Fine purple veins around her parched, cracked lips. Subtle change in the color of her now lustreless eyes. An unpleasant sense of wrongness comes over you, as if the woman standing before you is not quite alive. Okay, nothing changed about her portrait. What have they done to you? They set me free. Adira looks you in the eye and smiles fervently, drunkenly, free from the fear, from the pain, from them. When they captured us, I don't remember much from back then. I remember shackles that burned whenever I heard a whisper. I remember injections that made my body go numb. I remember them dragging me away from you. Then I wound up here, at Master Travanta's mercy. First he studied me, poked me with needles, opened up my head to get a look at what was inside. Then he made the voices stop. He made them stop. Gosh, I don't hear the whispers anymore. How did he make your voices stop? But this, I think. Adira touches one of the tubes on her head. Hurt when he was pinning it on. It still hurts, but I'm used to it now. Gosh, what matters is that the him door to the other side closed shut. I don't hear the whispers. Don't see ghosts of the future. Don't get woken up by tormented screams. I'm not plagued by visions of the horrors that are waiting for me. All of it just stopped. I mean, you cannot use your powers anymore? I can't. No. A good thing too, you know? Adira looks around. I think the Xenos are terrified of human witches. Violence would keep me half delirious and out of it. Do all those things to sever our connection to the warp. They're scared, alright. They don't know how else to fight it. This isn't right, dear. Whatever he did to you, it's perverted. Perverted? Ha! Like you know what it's like to be born a witch. Have your name cursed by all and sundry since childhood. To live as a worthless, dangerous freak whose only use is to become someone's pet. Dear grits her teeth. I know Lear Theodore wasn't all like that, and neither are you, but that's not the point. You made me normal. Finally. If it means I have to serve as Xenos, so be it. All the days I've been here, I've spent in blissful silence. No one bothered me. No one torments me. No one's trying to get at me from the other side. On this side, nobody notices me at all. Don't want anything else. I just want to be left alone. Deer turns away, teetering slightly from the sharp motion. Weapon skill just tear the device off her head. You look as if you're about to die. Whatever the thing's doing to you will not last long. I don't look so good, do I? Deer licks her parched lips. Her tongue is swollen pale. Can't really feel my body. Huh, never thought I'd be in danger of dying of physical causes. Always thought it'd be for my brain melting away to nothing. This is not living, a dear. It's better to live out the time you have on your own terms than spend an eternity existing the way you intend to. An eternity? Eternity sounds like an awful long time, especially here. I hadn't thought about that. Deer struggles to swallow. You think she might be trying to cry, but no tears come out. But if I decide to leave, then Master Tron will surely want it back. I want to remove this thing. Then the whispers will return, start beckoning me again. But then, Lash? You must promise me, Lash. You promised me we'd think of something, right? Now we know the Xenos have things like this, so that means there's hope. Perhaps we can figure out how that thing works, but we'll need to remove it first. And your eyes light up. You're right. Once we're home, it'll be a cinch to find some Xenotech whiz to make sense of it. Alright, that's enough of me running my mouth. It's time. She grabs the device in her head with both hands and begins to pull. The color instantly drains from her face. Her eyes bulge, and she bites her lip so hard it starts to bleed. With a sharp sound, the tubes slip out from under her skin, spraying blood mixed with some foul-smelling, ochre-colored slime. The device attaches from Nadira's head. She lets out a piercing cry, her head jerking back from the pain, and the delicate device clinks as it shatters into tiny fragments. Damage taken. Ow. Hello. Oh, this is awkward. Nira forces a laugh as she looks at the shards of the floor. Looks like Xenos are right to call us clumsy animals. Oh well, since it's decided, just use your look of vicious glee. Might as well go out with a bang. Lead on, Lord Captain. I'm going alright. Bit late to starting stream, but ultimately doing pretty well. Let's do Laura Warp. Oh, thank you. Actually, building it myself. This is current progress of it. Still have like a lot of work I need to do on it, but it's coming together. I wouldn't call myself professional. I mean, I'm just kind of starting. I would like to eventually be at a point of being able to make stuff well enough for others. But currently this is something I've been working on, trying to learn. Actually show parts of it. Scroll out. The model's a bit broken due to how the VC face does T-posing, but it has 2 sets of arms. Let's see here. Where is it? Yeah, see? 2 sets of arms. Has some wings. Can open and close them. Yeah. Mouth's also a bit small. I'm trying to figure out how to make it bigger without breaking the rest of the model. Or at least make it more expressive. And probably some more work on the eyes as well to make them more clean, I guess? I don't know. What species is that? It's based off of a moth. Actually using it because it's based off of a NPC I created for a Warhammer 40k game. Well, hilariously, Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. It's not from this game, but this game is based off of a tabletop role-playing game. And in that tabletop role-playing game, I have played with some other people, I made a moth creature. Technically, that one's more green and stuff, and based off of like the lunar moth. I'm gonna take Stronger Together for that +5 willpower. Yeah, feels fitting to use it. Those people still standing up there? Oh, hey, Marzai, how you doing? You're a jerk. Yeah, I can actually talk to these people. And Fantasy Forest or Christmas theme? No, I have not. The colors on it are just kind of colors I like. I do have like other models loaded. Not ones that I made, but just like having a volley that I found and retextured. I also got this cat thing I found. For today I was using this the moth one I've been working on. Tall Drukari. His body is riddled with painful-looking puncture wounds and dotted with metal rings and clamps. Saw a chuckle as you approach and begins speaking his own language. Lucidator hisses to life, translating the words. Look, Carrion, is this the monkey that cost you your place at the Archon's side? Other's eyes flare with turquoise fire at the sight of you, an immediate, uncontrollable urge to kill. Drukari seizes the blades hanging from his belt and freezes at the shout of the metal-studded Xenos. Careful of the meat for the arena, Marzai. If Sinistora is short on toys for her fighters, you will be punished again. She seems to enjoy pinning you against Commorragh. Hey, this time she won't deem it necessary to give you back your skin after you slay them all. Motionless, Marzai turns his head towards his kin, and you notice a thin red stripe on his neck below his ear, like a fresh stitch. Shrieking with barely contained rage, the former Dracon stares at you with dark eyes. So Marazai was skinned and made to fight like this? That was a balm to my heart and also a delight to my eyes, where something was still stirring a while ago. Despite the impotent rage on his face, Marazai managed a sarcastic chuckle. Something wriggling your eye. See, Travantis has not changed his methods for handling specimens. Address all the Drukhari in front of you. Know this, I will kill each and every one of you. I do not care if you are champions or not. Everyone's expression turns sour. I'm tired of this noise. We must go. We must go, proselytes. It's time for our next training system. All them all? Yep. I have Discord? Who the heck are you? Oh! It's the Space Marine! What's he doing here? My Discord should be linked on my, somewhere on the, YouTube page, the homepage or whatever. Bars of the cage are starting up to stop a tank, while the fury of a post-human.
To see them cut down by hands unclean. Alone, the pause guarding.
Interesting scene. Singing softly under his breath, the man of enormous proportions is intently stripping raw meat from a bone with his teeth. His unwashed red hair is falling into his face. His beard is matted and bloodstained. And the aforementioned teeth look more like fangs than any human equivalent. Really? Should be listed. Let me check. Yeah, it should be listed. If you go to the homepage, not the homepage, the actually, yeah, the homepage, the main channel page, and then go to the about me at the top. It should be one of the links listed there. Discord. This knowledgeable person might not recognize this giant humanoid, but you are well aware this is a space marine, an angel of the Emperor. Appearing to succeed. Scar tattoos on his body, which at first appeared abstract and primitive, together formed the angular image of a wolf's mouth with bared fang. This person must be the genetic offspring of Lehman Russ, the space wolf of Fenris. Fenris holds of luck. I'm assuming that's some sort of greeting for space wolves.
Fenris Yoda, mortal. You know the old words. Good words. Strong as a rock. sharp as the blade of a force axe, deadly as a kraken's tooth.
Okay. I'll be able to check that once I'm done with stream. Words are spoken in the guttural rasp of an inveterate killer, wholly in keeping with the man's formidable appearance. But you do not expect him to slip into poetic epithets so readily.
What do you want?
Who are you?
I am a wolf.
First glance, I strike you as possessing great intellect. He's clearly more accustomed to mauling and killing than thinking. He's detecting a certain shrewdness in his eye. After looking you over, he says shortly, I am a wolf. Alright. How did you come to be here?
My pack answered the Inquisition's call and came to the Coronus Expanse. There was a battle, and then the young wolves yearning to be meat for their brotherlings. To a feast of bolters they went out roving. Though they were but few, one long fang with them went loping. Not to see them cut down by scythes unclean. The pups he sent scattering, and there stood alone the paths guarding. For a foe he long spied, one worthy among unworthy. The song of swords singing, they clashed with clamor and skill, until stood the old wolf upon the bones. Then, by the birds of battle, was he brought down.
Oof.
Was that clear enough? This saga sounds less interesting in prose.
Wish to know more about your brothers.
That butcher sent you to spy for him, did he? Or do they know nothing of the Emperor's Angels, the Space Wolves
All right.
of Fenris, or the great Layman Russ in your
All right,
corner
enjoy your
of the
food.
galaxy?
Why does the mongoose keep you in a cage?
For his own safety. When I am not busy killing inhuman spawn in the arena, the Xenos fear my will.
I suffer the same fate. I was also captured by the Xenos, and they have forced me to kill for their entertainment.
But I sit in a cage while you roam freely around their city. They do not fear you. Maybe there is a reason for that. Maybe our fates are not the same at all.
You must be planning to escape, yes?
And why do you want to know?
Well, a piece of meat in his hand. Don't they feed you?
A predator does not eat only when it is hungry. There are many reasons to eat.
Just obliquely. Must be a reason for this bloodily repast. Well, the vicious grin loses some of its sincerity, and the bloodthirsty prisoner casts an intense scrutinous look at your face, as if trying to read your thoughts. I have no more questions. Listen close to the song the prisoner is singing to himself. You do not know the language. The sound seems crude and mangled, but not entirely lacking the harsh dignity of a form of Gothic, also sounding similar to the rumble of a landslide, sharp and choppy guttural phrases tumbling forth in a harsh rhythm. What's the song about?
It is about starlight glittering in the blood of heroes. Snow marked by the footsteps of merciless hunters. The Faisalin haze that hangs over corpses torn apart by scavengers. In a word, home.
Okay.
I crafted those verses myself for a brother who fell a century ago. He was a good warrior, and he had a good death. And his saga turned out fine indeed.
Alright, step away from the cage. Now I'll have to come back later when I can actually free him. It's to have an adept. Oh, what were you saying? Yeah, hard to tell. Where Kevin has a habit of forgiving the unforgivable. A red? Oh, I'm filling it. No count in Discord. I'll have to check that stuff after I get done with stream. But yeah, he did seem a bit weird.
Let us not dawdle.
Alright, so I need to go to the arena. Thou sees a flaw in me. Yeah. Actual interaction rather than just, hi, how you doing? Here's a tag. Thou see a flaw in me? Smite me. Argenta's hoarse whispers are nothing like the usual clear, almost mellifluous voice that she uses for prayer. Smite me. She looks at you. Her dark eyes gleam anxiously. Rogue traitor, you find me at prayer. Darkness surrounds us, and will require all the spiritual fortitude our ravaged hearts can muster. Didn't even say homie the whole time. They're getting too smart. Yeah, there's been haven't seen many start to become more variety to them again. It hasn't been just the hey homie ones. Are you distraught because of Victor's fate and the deaths of those betrayed by the Commissar? She hangs her head. Yes, I am. I was the one who found those people. I brought them to the Commissar. I prayed for them, and I gave them hope. He sent them to an abattoir, to die for those monsters' amusement. They might have, in their final moments, they might have thought that I, too, had betrayed them. I once more failed to see wickedness where I should have seen it. I failed those people, loyal and brave. It was only that I thought naively that faith and perseverance had helped us, helped me cut through the schemes of the final Xenos, and that we were on a path to freedom. In truth, though, it was all just another part of the act. The vile monsters must have been cackling with glee as they observed my foolishness. Remain steadfast. We will break free from this darkness. Thank you for your words of solace, rogue traitor. Jinta, contemplating something. A shadow crosses her face, followed by a flash of unreadable emotion. Tell me, rogue traitor, do you trust me? Please look into your heart and tell me what you see. Honestly, trust you with my life. Not only is it what she needs to hear, it's also kind of true. She has been very good at saving my life. She's usually one of the longest to stay standing and takes down a lot of people with her. Trust you with my life. But what if I'm undeserving of your trust? Traitor, to lose hope is to err in the eyes of the Emperor, and I am drawing closer to erring than I ever before. Darkness all around me thickens, and the clutches of our captors are strong. If I am to give myself fully to the battle ahead, I will need all my strength. In the sums of strength, I must purge my soul. Tell me, will you hear my confession? Of course. I killed Theodora von Valencius. Well, dang, okay, Huh. Uh... Interesting. That would explain how the attacker had the jump on the arch militant, but when did she do that? That means forgot who that is already. Theodora von Valencius was the head of the rogue trader before the player character gets involved. So basically the start of the game is Theodora was calling together her heirs, people of her bloodline, to train them to take her spot. When the ship got attacked by Commorragh and his mutineers, during all the chaos, Theodora was found dead. It was assumed that one of the mutineers did it. That it was either Commorragh or one of the someone working for the cultists. But apparently it was Argenta. Abelard. What? We're all wearing masks, even the most righteous. And Jay shakes her head in disappointment. It raises her head slightly and looks around, clearly not fully understanding what was wrong, but sensing the shit in the mood around her. Poor Eurlet. Eurlet is the only one in the party to not really know who, in the current group right here, to not know who Theodora actually is. And Jay is the only other one who hasn't actually met Theodora. Yes, it was me, not your treacherous kin Vogtver, not the cultist. Me. She speaks with a strange blend of pride and horror in her voice. I remember every last detail. The ship was under attack. I grabbed my weapon and ran to her side, because I thought it was my duty to protect the Emperor's Trojan. And what did I witness when I burst into her study? Theodora von Valencius, a rogue traitor holding a sinister, sorcerous artifact radiating with profane light. It was a lens like the ones we saw in the Rykad system, except it was smaller and far more potent. I instantly knew it to be a weapon of the arch enemy. I had seen objects like it before, on Salus Prime, the planet where I had sought the sacred relic and where I nearly died at the hands of cultists. So many things were made clear to me in that moment. So piercing was the revelation, so obvious the answer to how those heretics had found their way to a planet known to none but those House von Valencius. So Argenta believes that the cultists that attacked her before she fully joined on with von Valencius was actually set there by Theodora as a trap. I fired before I could even fully comprehend what I was seeing. Terra's light must have guided my hand, for one shot was all it took. Bolter destroyed both the archenemy's artifact and its owner's black heart, but I did not regret killing her, nor do I regret it now. Theodora has succumbed to the archenemy and its dark sorcery. The entire attack on the ship was merely the result of her and Vogtver feuding over their spoils. I realized it in my heart the moment I saw the artifact in her hand. But standing in that same room was the Honorable Archmilitant, a devout servant of the Emperor, and the reason I had made it off Silas Prime after the cultist attack. Jimmy Lannister type situation? I do not recognize that term. Or theme. When he saw me firing at Theodora, he instinctively rushed to protect her. I killed him too. Argento lowers her gaze for a moment. Oh, Game of Thrones? I haven't really watched that. Sorry. Do you remember the orphans I once asked you to meet with, Rogue Trader? One of the boys was the son of the man I killed. My whole life I had sworn I would not allow villains to orphan children of the Imperium, and then I did so myself. Better to read than watch anyways? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. This is what true faith is really about. Shooting first and asking questions later. Sacrificing the innocent without thinking of the consequences. Where is your humanity, sister? The world is not divided into black and white. Lady Theodora, Mort, fell at the hand of the one meant to protect the servants of the God Emperor. Never doubted the security of the Von Valencia's bloodline when you were close, but now the very foundations on which the power of the Rogue Traders rests seems to have been violated. Abelard looks at Argento with a visceral loathing in his eyes, uncovered by either courtesy or respect. You hag! Deer descends upon Argento with the intensity of a hurricane. Two-faced void rat killing Theodora right when the ship was in peril, right when she was doing everything to save us. You won't walk away from this. The air around her is vibrating, electrified by the power of her sorcery. Adira, stop, now. Why? Why should I stop? Why should you stop me? She'll put a bullet in your head just like she did with Theodora the moment she finds the smallest reason to suspect you of heresy. Dira, you're blinded by grief. Stop. None of us is perfect. Dira is breathing heavily as she looks at you with a mixture of despair and distrust. She immediately slumps to her knees and lets out a tired sob. Everything was going so well when Lady Theodora was alive. She appreciated me. She gave me a new life, and the voices were barely giving me any trouble. But then after she started seeing her in my dreams, and the voices started calling to me day and night. Gina looks at Adira. She frowns, something unexpected in her eyes, a hint of compassion. Nod to Argento. Then knows your attention. After a moment of hesitation, calls out to Adira. You should not mourn her, and neither should you think that she had a particularly high opinion of you. We're all just tools to her. If Theodora is still alive, it would not shield you from madness. You had better accept that, not cling to regrets about the past. Salvation always lies in the future, Adira. I know, Adira responds with resignation. She's still a psychopath who pulls the trigger first and thinks later. Zena looks anxiously, waiting for your reaction. You at least regret what you did. Your hands will not be covered in blood of innocence had you not acted in impulse. I regret the deaths of innocents every waking moment. How could I avert my eyes from heresy? That goes against my very nature. I'm glad I've revealed the truth to you, Rogue Trader. This dishonesty has been driving me out of my mind. Well, that's one heck of a bombshell you just dropped. Oh, and speaking of that, I forgot to, oh, it re-equipped all my gear. Did it re-equip everyone's gear? Looks like it. Alright, well, got all my gear back, so now to figure out, like, who gets what. Alright. Sorry for kind of going quiet. It's I just gotta get through, figure out like what to give and what to keep and whatnot. Oh, I got better armor. Plus 15% dodge against non-Eldari enemies. Dang. Pretty good. I have Hecaton. It's a vicious weapon. Straight great sword. Heavy great sword. Wait, her gear. -5 dodge, but gains like plus 15 armor. She has her deflection gloves back. Just great. Why did I not have a pair of boots? Beggar's Weapon, because for some reason it's a really high damage las pistol. I think that's all gear figured out. Well, with that bombshell of a revelation and other knowledge and all gear sorted out, time to go to the arena. Thirsters of woe, an exquisite strife awaits you. The bloodstained process will face the sophisticated killers of the Cabal, the Poisonous Whisper. And those challengers have already survived one fight in the arena will go up against fresh battles provided by the Cabal, the Wounded Skies.
Xenos scum. You don't belong in this galaxy.
I will revel in your pain.
Shard Gladiators, Gladiators, 2 Sleth. Alright, so let's get to it. Let's throw a forewarning over here to Abelard. Set front line over there. Sensory deprivation to the Slith. He failed. Nice. increase dodge here. Drop that there to boost their damage potential. Kill zone. Slap some exploits on that person. Now let's just let exploits build on that person to eventually hit them with an exposed weakness. And let's use prescience on Jay. Alright. Alright, let's try to take out this gladiator before he gets a chance to wait. Oh, we got snipers.
Lives beyond the veil.
Saw some exploits in this dude. Start to get them stacked up.
On it.
Let's take this guy out.
You've unleashed my fury.
Good shots. Good hits. He goes into melee with Abelard. Nice.
Doubt is for the faith without.
Abelard, drop the bonk. Jeez. Get wrecked, poor fools. Just eviscerated.
As the Emperor comes.
Just eviscerate the fool. Give Jay a bit of forewarning. Buff Earlet. Explode this Drukhari. Or not. Get wrecked. Nice. Armor 0.
This tedium is
Kill him in a single shot. Come on.
ancestors guide me.
Yeah, 242 damage. That's pretty darn good. I'll finish him off.
I deal death with my hands.
Who if not me?
No armor. And pitiful dodge. Get shot.
Your end was inevitable. This can't be over.
Abus runs his fingers along the edge of his blade. 400 captives. You have chance to rectify the mistake. Rectify the mistake that made you forfeit. You forfeit your Archon's favor. One of the witches lets out an acrobatic laugh. Doubt your Maris will change your mind, and Sinestora surely not one to give up her new plaything. Azrai grips his blades with such strength that you can hear the scraping of his gauntlets against the handles. You will answer for everything you have wrought.
Your kind has no right to exist.
I can hear your pulse, little thing.
Block their path over there. Ooh, what just happened? Perils of the warp. God dang it. You're like got knocked prone. Well, could have been worse.
Will do.
And since everyone over here decided to group up, let's do something that Drukhari hates suffering and deal warp damage.
I'm not a vessel for pain. I am its master.
Suffer. And preferably weep.
Horror awaits.
My blood sings in anticipation.
I'll do it.
True master, inflict pain.
Why do you only have 1 second versatility? You're supposed to start with like 2.
Bring it on. Slow and painful is the way.
Alright, let's stack my buffs.
I'll show you the real pain.
It's as good as consider this a taste of what's to come.
Alog, you're fine. So you can do that. Do this. Do that. And these poor suckers.
I'll show you the real pain.
Or dang. Who are these rapscallions? Supposedly the champions of this arena. And the jerk who's the reason why I'm here in the first place. Well, screw you in particular. Getting shot that many times.
It will be done. Reduced to dust.
You will pay for this in blood.
Let's knock out Avis's ability to dodge and have armor. Let's screw over this person. They failed. So severely messed up. And buff me.
If I must.
Your mistake will cost you.
Is that one running away?
As the Emperor...
Revenge will be delectable.
I'll do it.
Argenta, come on.
I'll show you the real pain.
Up, out of shots.
I'll see to it personally. You should have thought twice before crossing me.
Ooh. Did I get to personally kill Marazai? Let's just stack everything on this guy. Yeah, really just drive home the fact that I don't like him. A bloody pulp. 180 critical hit. He only had like 50 health remaining and I just eviscerated him. Anyways, Abelard, finish this. Oh, I forgot about you. Anyways. Finale, as bloody as it is disappointing. Pathetic amateurs who are wrongfully proclaimed champions of the arena have been brought down at the hands of unworthy challengers. Impale the failures and glory to the victor. Get out, Monkey, and tell Cervantes that he will pay for this insult. God, just the gore. Portal stitches 2 of the Commorragh submission to fathom around campus of the Surreal. Bloodseeker Clave. Sword hits a bleeding target, removes bleeding, and inflicts toxin. Same power. The wielder gains that much dodge until their next turn. Atari Blade of Bloodthirst. This blade deals an additional +2 damage to targets for each common negative effect on them. These benefits are not applied when using a blade dance. Hex Rifle. Ooh. Pretty powerful. Never going to use it, but cool to have. Cable Light Splinter Pistol. Cable Light Venom Blade. I don't need all those Venom Blades. It's a lot of Xeno Artifact cargo too. Nice. And Mirazahai's nerve fibers. Spinacord enhanced by the homunculus that can transmit neural impulses at phenomenal speeds. Bloodstained proselytes neuro-augmentic that turn pain into pleasure and enhance the owner's reflexes. Don't know what I'll do with that stuff, but cool to have, I guess. Something, get wrecked, fools. Oh, I can't loot them. Scum, I don't want to die. Beg of you, end my suffering. For our souls cut up with sadistic precision to make the process as excruciating as possible. Oh, time to leave. Oh, cool, I do get their crap. Blaster. It's a lot of armor penetration. Oh, it's a dark light blast. Dang. It's pretty powerful. And Dead Shot Splinter Rifle. Cool. Don't know what I'll do with them, but cool. Anyways, with a bunch of Drukhari thoroughly dunked on. For some reason, I was getting from the Hagatari dude. I was getting the feeling of him being like one of the a potential recruitable character. But with the current state of his corpse, I don't think that's the case anymore. Maybe if you go a certain route of the game or whatever. But yeah, anyways. What's going on here? Sector. Unknown depths of the labyrinth dimension. Region. Commorragh. Commorragh. Recording location, the chasm. Material. Garrett Bloodfeather's hunt. Extracted from the bloody remains by the carrying hand, scalpel, and neurophage tentacle of homunculus elevum. So this is from the perspective, I guess, someone who's hunting. I love how we can already tell where this story is going from the bloody remains. Rising currents carry the smells of pain, blood, ichor, and failed ambitions. Smells of the dark city. My wings flung open, I weave a path through the spires like a dark lightning bolt, chaotic and unpredictable in its patterns. To fly is to hunt, and everyone in flight hunts everyone else. Even I, Scourge and Getheret and Bloodfeather, do not have the privilege of inviolability around these parts. I become someone else's prey. Except probably not today. Today I am the hunter. My homunculus modified olfactory receptors pick up the scent of my prey, and I tread cautiously as I approach it. The stench of Monkai is foul but varied, and the scent of my prey is quite telling. Powerful specimen, brash and reeking of the blood of others. It's the scent of the marionette that grows out of the nearest spire and provides me with an excellent view. So that reflex allows me to assess the situation. It's a fraction of an instant. It is time. Still decided to wait and get a better look at the prey. Melonkai, pampered, upper caste cub who was fed and equipped with the best their race can offer. Certainly arrived in Dark City recently, a city which has not yet managed to leave a mark of perpetual expectation of doom on its flattened snout. The most glorious game which clings to life the strongest and leaves the sweetest death essence. The reflexes urge the muscles to act. I act. As short carbine spews forth a stream of crystalline projectiles that howl and shatter as they pierce the flesh of the prey. A deadly slashing blizzard drapes the straight and bloody snow. The bodies of random passersby caught in the fire falling to the ground. This common occurrence inspires. Everyone around me flees from the field of death, whose borders I have made clear. Prey falls, but is still alive. They don't expect the hunt to end with the first salvo. The prey is badly injured. He needs to finish it off in the open. The prey, trying to locate me among the tangle of spiked marionettes. Its frantic gaze is looking for my winged figure. The hyper pupils allow me to examine the prey's face. I can see its eyes scrutinizing my gear. There's no need to hide anymore, so I stand up my full height and emit a wailing battle cry. Let the prey know what it will kill it. The prey summons companions to his aid. A mistake. I unleash a new fan of crystalline shards, and the flesh of the prey blossoms new cuts for my projectiles. Anyone who tries to approach it will be killed by the brittle shrapnel. The prey should have run away, not giving me more chances to cripple it. The prey is weak. The prey breaks into a run. Clever. By escaping from the open streets, the prey has deprived me of the advantage of my long-range weapon. I will not let it escape, so I spread my wings and soar over the alley, pelting the prey with bursts of indirect fire. The chase must not end too soon. Petitioner wanted my prey to die slowly. There's a strangeness to the movements of the prey, as it dashes away one moment and freezes the next. Receptron altered pupils are adept at detecting movement. They are worse at perceiving stationary objects. My prey seems to be aware of this. Yeah, because I succeeded a check earlier about that. Flees down the most predictable and straightforward route, hoping that strength does not abandon it. Let's grab someone's weapon. Fire back. Grab someone's weapon from the ground. Returns fire at random. The air fills with gunfire. As soon as the prey fires the first shot, everyone starts shooting at everyone else. This chaotic firefight engulfs the entire street. It spreads across the dark city like a wildfire, mindless and violent. Forces steep dives, spinning around and dodging the tracks of multiple projectiles. Damn trick worked, and I let out a frustrated squeal. The hunt continues. The prey manages to elude me for a moment by ducking into a crowded street. The jet booster on my back emits a stream of ghostly blue flame, and I continue my pursuit. As I storm into the street, I see the prey again. It's a nice catch. The petitioner wanted me to deliver the prey to her, but I decided to do something different. When it is over, I will impale the body of the prey on a spike protruding from the highest spire, so that it serves as a testament to my victory. Fly is swift. Everything unnecessary and activistic had been cut from my body so that the air currents carry it like a projectile from a splinter rifle. Last, this is also my weakness. There's a light, even small obstacle can throw me off course. The prey has no idea how invulnerable I am in flight. Darn, failed. It was frightened. The prey may have managed not to succumb to blind and panic, but its jittery movements clearly reveal the reason it's being dampened by instinct. So you can slow me down. The prey. bars my way of a cataclysm, slips away with the skill of one who has lived here their entire life. Prey glides through the alleys of the dark city with amazing skill for an outsider, pulling away from me in pursuit with a cry of excitement, but my advantage is palpably dissipating. Conclusion is drawing near. As I turn the corner, I triumphantly realize I have driven the prey into a dead end. It is time for the massacre. The poison I received from the petitioner as payment for the hunt is containing the crystalline projectiles and should have worked by now. Slow down the nervous system of my prey, weaken its muscles, and render it unconscious. So, about the prey, I'm pleased to note the early signs of effect my comet toxin is having on it. The movements are slow and is blinking often. Spots are floating in front of its eyes by now. The prey is defenseless and I attack, failing to notice a trap is laid out before me. It's not where I expected to be. Having climbed the ledge of the wall, it lunges at me and bellows. Lunges at me first. I realize too late that it is not desperation, but cold determination behind it. Failed. Blind alley where my prey is about to die, there is enough room for me to spread my wings and soar. It does not grant me an opportunity to do so and kicks me back into the cramped street. The prey wishes to fight where it has the advantage. Wings fully, I wrap up and push past the prey like projectile. I'm airborne again. I'm flying. Flight will be on my terms. Everything will be over in moments. The outcome will be decided in close combat. Wasting no time, my prey and I seize one another in a violent, furious embrace. Every decision made over the course of this fleeting hunt is being weighed. Tipping the scales that ultimately determine the winner. I'm unpleasantly surprised when I realize the prey is aware of my combat style. It covers the vulnerable spots I like to cut open with my monomolecular claws, but the knowledge will not save it from death. My embedded glands spew hyperadrenaline to my bloodstream, and my artificially grown muscles convulsively swell into the porous fabric of my ghost plate. Torment the prey with claws reaching from my forearms and knees, and the prey bring my fragile bones and shatter my joints, grab one of the blades hanging from my belt and aims it at my throat. Respond with clinical attacks aimed at my weak points. Follows me closer, envelop me in a deadly embrace, and hoping to suffocate me before I tear it to shreds. So I can't just go the route of brute force. I don't want to go with clinical strikes. Let's be fancy. Heck yeah. It is with disgusting insight that the Monkai locates my vulnerability. The spot under my shoulders, the homunculus joined the wings to my natural flesh. The blows to the ganglia make me go blind with pain and hatred. Prey rolls me to the ground and starts pounding the arch of my elongated skull against the rocks. I hear a crunch and my body stops responding. Strength waning, I reach for the shard carbine and shoot the prey right in the face at point-blank range. First-line projectile whizzes within a hairbreadth of his face. Crushing blow turns my magnificent weapon to rubble with a mournful crunch. Prey grabs me by the throat, lifts me into the air and snarls. It seems to want to know why I attempted to kill it. Would I tell it if I could? About my petitioner, Kay Karos the Witch? About how insulted she was by the deaths of her fosterlings and bloodstained proselytes in the arena at the hands of my prey? About how badly she won despite the prey's master, the sour-tempered homunculus Terventus who had arranged that insult? I do not know, for my throat is crushed and only a faint wail escapes it. I die. I'm dying at the feet of my prey. No, at the feet of a Monkai. A humiliating end for one who earned the status of apex hunter of Commorragh through torturous alterations of the flesh and bloody pilgrimage to the very top of the spires. Does it hurt to perish like this? It does. Is it fair? It is. Chaotic burst of violence that blighted the streets of Commorragh ends just as abruptly as it had erupted. Such is life in the spires. I now have an injury. Oh, hey, loot. Scourges adrenal glands. Well, that was an event.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Anyways, back to the anatomical opera. See what Terventus has. I completed his thing. Let's hope he gives me something. Hey, Alfar. Still doing okay? Yep, okay. Hello. Runtus rushes about the laboratory, snatching up certain tools, vials, and notes. He conceals some of these items inside his own body cavities and destroys the rest. I've done what you wanted. The homunculus glares at you and roars furiously. This isn't what I desired, not to this extent. Cult of the Fatal Thirst craves blood, specimen, your blood, my blood. One must be astonishingly insensitive to the vibrations of Dark City not to realize this. I don't care about Kikaros. Problems would help me get out of here. Hear mockery in the homunculus's voice. Forget the old promises, monkey. This is war. My whole loyal servants are being slaughtered across the chasm. I cannot take any more specimens away with me. The ones I've already packed are far more valuable than you. Got a blast? Dog on trick-or-treaters? Well, have fun. Probably gonna be in stream soon anyways, so thank you for stopping by. And so unravel the rotten threads and tapestry of fate. Now I'll talk. Here's the true nature of the Dark Ones, a lie hidden behind sweet promises. Learn from a cruel mistake, I foresaw this outcome. Why do the witches desire my death? You've humiliated them, monkey. Kikaros and I agreed that she would send fresh meat against you, but she decided to undermine my authority by sending out her best. You slaughtered them, and so it was the cult's authority that suffered. But who cares about pathetic monkey? You're my lackey, and thus it is I who is responsible for undermining the cult's authority. You should be more careful what you wish for, Zenith. Dispatch me to kill the witches. Are you telling me you did not anticipate such consequences? It was supposed to go differently. The performance was supposed to be a lesson in respect, not a declaration of war. You would have killed someone unimportant and made the witches' vanity bleed. Witches would have received your head as a salve for their wounded pride. Would have been reminded for a time that I was still someone who could greatly complicate their existence. Instead, you have failed me, all of you. Ikaros did not keep her word, and you did not die in her trap. It was all your fault. Things have spiraled out of control. So your original plan would still have had us dead. You self-dissected creep. So what's the plan? I will leave the anatomical opera and withdraw to the spire of the Reaving Tempest. The witches won't dare to settle their scores under the eyes of my patrons. So the Cabal's valuable servant is safe from their ire. As for you, go into the streets of the chasm and die. Or go to the arena and try to kill Kikaros. Even if you succeed, you will still die. Uncle's motors furiously and hauntingly. Should have stopped wasting time on this idiocy long ago. These pathetic simpletons did was weaken my focus and strike me for my masterpiece. Last, I'm going to devote all of myself to it. Oh my god, it's a hey homie. Anyways, begone bot. So I managed to bring about your downfall after all, unholy spawn. Her voice is filled with loathing. Inside is a astounding specimen, but have you noticed that you have also doomed yourself? Devonta's becomes so absorbed in his thoughts that he starts shearing off pieces of his own flesh with his scissor-like claws. Enter the arena. The Succubi will not pass up this chance to get you in front of an audience. If you could simply wound Kikaros, it would give us both enough time to escape. For that, I'd be willing to sacrifice the deadliest, most valuable specimens in my collection. If you manage to kill her, run. Sinistro will not let such impertinence go unpunished. My wrath is 100-fold more dangerous than Kikaros' fury. Do not return to the chasm. You will find no shelter there. Seek salvation in other spires, and you may prolong your agony for a short time. I must take my leave. Very side of the homunculus turns away from you. His knife-like fingers make an unnerving scraping sound. Loot. 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 So cargo is nice, but is there any, like, actual loot? Exposure device is locked and sealed. Okay. Thick walls of this container are clearly designed to hold something extremely dangerous.
Keep your wits about you.
So what do these switches do? Okay. Ooh, here we go. This is something. Provocative emitter. Whenever the wearer dodges an attack, they become priority target for the attacker until the wearer's next turn. Stinger ring. Fires a single stinger pod shot that deals from 12 to 21 damage and has 100% armor penetration. Target must pass a toughness resistance test or become stunned for 1 round. Start combat, the wearer inflicts bleeding 4 on themselves. When the wearer performs an area melee attack, they inflict bleeding 4 on all hit creatures. This area melee attack also deals plus 5 times wearer's bleeding level, additional damage. And plus inflicts minus 20 on agility. Probably never going to use, but cool to have, I guess. Oh, and the buttons are disabled now. Activate the switch. More loot. Bead of Might. If the wearer has 8 or more AP at the start of their turn, they gain plus 30% damage for the rest of the combat. Holy crap, that's a lot of AP to have. Iron Cape. Wearer gains plus 10 agility and fellowship. When the wearer's wound speed decreases to 0 for the first time in combat, they are restored up to 50% of their maximum wounds instead. Long range aim lens increases range attack distance by 3 cells. Homunculus' Prism. This prism-shaped Xenos artifact is made from black metal. It's oddly cold to touch. Strange device has no visible seams, buttons, or holes. Okay.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Warriors such as you could prove useful to me.
To get what you want, you will have to convince 2 very headstrong individuals. Me and my captor. That claw-handed Xenos.
Okay. Hey you, I want your Space Marine. Particularly about memory right, is delivered to you. Okay.
Is there money to be made?
Well, I guess back to the arena. Actually, it's about time to be ending stream. Let's go up here. Let's hang out with this dude. Person. Careful, I'm carrying a sample of puppet plague. Best if it stays in the flask. No, you're carrying a book. We are now hanging out. Congrats. So I'm gonna be in the stream here. Actually, no, let's go over here and hang out with Ulfar. Ulfar's cool.
Let us know, Dordle.
Hey, Ulfar. So that's gonna be it for stream today. Got quite a bit done. Put the Commissar in a cage. Let something else in a cage out of a cage. Met Ulfar, I guess. Killed a bunch of Drukhari who deserved it because they suck. And pissed off a lot of people. So all good things. that's going to be it for stream today. I will be continuing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader come next Thursday. My next stream will be next Monday, with Horizon Forbidden West. And with all that said, that's going to be it for stream today. I've already said that like 5 times, but whatever. Anyways, have a good. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good time, whatever time zone you're in, and yeah. But save the game, save the game, save the game. And yeah, bye for now.